Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Burning Truth Live.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Burning Truth. We're back, we're here, and WrestleMania season has come and gone.
It's come and gone.
Decent WrestleMania, wouldn't call it the granddaddy of them all, but it was decent compared to what we've been getting.
Compared to others, it can be considered the granddaddy for the year.
Sooner or later, it's going to be like an all-day event. It went 7 hours. 7 hours this year.
It's been...
7! How can you have a wrestling event, like, for 7 hours? I don't know about you, but I was knackered by the end of it.
Sounds about right.
And the crowd were knackered by the end of it.
Sooner or later, it's going to be 7 hours and 15 days.
But no, I just don't understand why they went 7 hours. Why not cut an hour out, and just have the pre-show down to an hour? I don't just... But apart from that, it had the potential. It was just starting at 10 o'clock our time and finishing at 5 o'clock in the morning. That was knackering.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. It gets to you. Eventually, it does.
I thought Orton and Wyatt played a class move.
They did. However, I thought the graphics for Orton's entrance didn't look right.
Got the Viper?
Yeah. It's supposedly meant to look more... I got the idea that it was meant to be a snake. It didn't come across that way.
It looked more like an earthworm.
It looked more like it's something... I'd say more something less wormy, more something whitish.
Good old sperm count.
Yeah. Is someone writing a sperm count?
It looked like something out of Worms.
Yeah, not good.
Well, incoming! But no, it was it had the highlights. I just thought they would have been good to have bought them in line as such.
Yeah, they had some ups and downs. It's hard to explain on how the days, but the good thing about it is we've got big news over. We're not. Would you say we're going to do an overall review?
I won't call it an overall review. I'd like to do an overall review of the weekend.
Yeah.
Because Friday night was the Hall of Fame, which went for 4 hours.
4 hours.
God,
getting longer.
My overall review this weekend, and I don't normally say this about WrestleMania season, it was too long.
Basically, what you're saying is, it's too much for me.
I thought the Fabulous Freebirds induction speech took a while. The Freebirds fucking killed it. They were there for about an hour? Hour and 10. Yeah, so last year I thought the Freebirds took a while, but the Rock and Roll Express killed that. Oh, they went on the over.
Well, on this story, on that story, this story, that story, that guy over there, that guy over there, over there, and over there.
I thought we were going to have to get a Zimmer frame to get them out.
The one thing I did find hysterical, and you'll agree with me on this, independent bookings ratings have just gone up.
Yeah. Well, don't get me wrong, the Hall of Fame had some really nice spots in it. I thought Beth Phoenix induction was really nice, very tasteful.
Yes. A lot of people can state that she's got it too soon. She's also a record holder now for the Hall of Fame, being the youngest person to ever be inducted into it.
The thing is with the female class, and I understand why people are saying that she was a little bit early, a bit premature, because there are some other people that could have gone in there, like your Molly Hollies,
like your Chynas.
Chyna would have been a nice one. Michelle McCool.
Good nod there. Layla?
Terry Reynolds.
Ooh, very good one. Yeah, I like that one. I agree with that one.
Because she had a brilliant career as a valet.
Yeah, she did. Then we've got the other Terry, who was involved with X-Pac. Not mistaken. Yeah.
That was Tori.
My mistake, Tori. I do apologise.
I don't know if Tori is Hall of Fame worthy.
No, I'm saying there is other names that people might say. I'm not saying they are. I was just saying names to see if you agree. But the funny thing about it is Ivory one?
Ivory isn't Hall of Famer yet, no.
What?
But I don't think Ivory will be a Hall of Famer.
You don't think?
No, because she pissed Triple H off.
Fair enough.
Kurt Angle's induction was very good.
Oh.
I'm just a sexy kid.
Sexy kid. I'm putting on hats. Oh, good lord. Me on Facebook, serious face. Have you seen the name of it? Kurt Angle. Me on Facebook, serious face. Me on Twitter, with my donkey hair.
I thought it was very good. Like, he says thank yous, and then he just went for...
He went all out.
He basically gave the crowd what they needed.
He did, and if I'm not mistaken, he also ruined the suit. Oh, what a way to ruin it.
Toasting with milk. But I enjoyed Kurt Angle's induction. DDP's induction was good.
DDP was brilliant. I enjoyed DDP's because of how humble and grateful he was. And a lot of people don't realise that everyone kept saying, why is he helping Jake the Snake? Why is he helping Jake the Snake? Why is he being so helpful? And then you learn the fact that Jake the Snake was so good to him and helped him out so much. And the fact that he's able to help somebody who'd helped him out so much. Unbelievable. And here's the thing, with DDP, he actually hit one thing that's quite interesting. To be an overachiever, you have to be an overbeliever.
Yeah. But no, I thought their speeches were very good. The Rock and Rolls Express was too long.
Too long. I thought Ravishing Rick Rude was quite touching to have his son trying to imitate him. He's got the voice.
Yeah, but no, that was decent. NXT TakeOver had the match of the year, and this time I will give it to him, which is the tag team match.
Oh, hell yeah. Told the story.
Best tag team match I've seen for a while.
It's hard to beat. And a lot of people were saying, oh, the ending was bad. No. Ending was right. Because here's the thing. The crowd, we don't want them to win. Sorry, you don't always get what you want.
But if you try some time, you might just get what you need. And NXT needs the Authors of Pain.
And they do. And what was so brilliant is, okay, out of the three, they aren't the most...
Technically gifted.
Technically gifted. But here's the thing. Could you see Razor doing arm bars? Could you see Razor pulling out figure four leg locks? Nope. I like how we're on the air and you're nodding at me. Great for radio, that is. Or even broadcasting. Absolutely great, that is.
I thought you were asking rhetorical questions, questions that don't need answers.
Good point. Well, the point being is, with them, if you want Smash Mouth, you want power, pure domination. What more can you say to that?
Well, you can't say much more than that.
You can't.
The women's match, I was very surprised to see Asuka pick up the win. I thought we were going to see Asuka debut at WrestleMania in the SmackDown match.
I did a bit, but then when I saw how she won it, I thought to myself, now we've got competition for her. She's now having to cheat to win. She's now having to cheat to keep her title.
Is there any point in turning her heel if she isn't going to help put a couple of people over?
Agreed. I thought she's been around for almost over a year as a champion, undefeated. And the gimmick and the whole setup screamed at you. You're dropping the title, dropping the title, dropping the title, getting too cocky, getting too cocky, getting too cocky, getting too cocky. What would have been better? Have her lose the title and then gain it back through cheating methods this time.
Yeah.
That would have told a much better story. I just feel as though when they did
I just can't buy the Ember Moon gimmick.
now you can't because it's just been spoiled.
It was spoilt at the last NXT pay-per-view when they had to doing the pre-show.
Oh, stick her on pre-show, put some contacts in, and there you go. There's a mic.
Deer in headlights.
God damn it. At least they've set it up so her finisher can be a potential way to end her streak. Her undefeated, her 0 losses. To beat her at that. Because she never hit her with it. Went for it, but she had to cheat to get out of it. Now, I think that's a nice little tease there. Because when she does hit it, right, I will say this right now, on record. If she hits the Eclipse, and she kicks out, that's it, I'm done.
Well, you best get ready to put a fork in it and be done.
I'll be done. Because the fact is, they hyped up that move as a career ender. Teased it. She's about to hit it, and then let it slip. Just let it go awry. Now, she hasn't hit it yet. So when she does hit it, it's got to be something. It's got to be special, as in, boom, put down, new champ. If they don't, then all that build-up
is for nothing.
It's for nothing. It's for nothing. And I can't see Triple H doing that. I can't see Triple H doing that with NXT because here's the thing. On NXT with Triple H, he actually does the smart thing with it, with the booking. Like, if someone's got a bad back, they'll have them work the back. They'll tell the story around it. So here's the thing. When she hits that Eclipse...
Can someone teach Roderick Strong then how to sell a injury? For God's sake.
Agreed. However, I will say one thing. How tall is Cassius Ohno?
6'7".
Tall guy. He's not a lightweight. But by God, that leap over the ropes. You know what I'm on about now? How the hell did he go over the ropes, handstand on...
Who's that new woman?
Oh, Ruby Riott.
Don't know. It looks like something that belongs in a DC comic.
Ruby Riott, she used to wrestle for a number of independent companies. She was also formerly known as Heidi Lovelace.
Right, okay.
Phenomenal worker. I can vouch for her. She knows how to work. She's fantastic. And I think...
Can they get some ring gear that suits the actual tattoos and everything then? Because she looks like a cheerleader as met the American Horror Story.
Maybe that's the look that you want to go for.
Well, it's the look that doesn't work.
I think they were trying to get somebody who can be just as crazy as Nikki Cross. At the time.
We'll get Harley Quinn in then.
Can't, because the person who's trying to portray her is on SmackDown.
For now.
For now. But anyway, I thought the whole NXT event was great.
The 3 matches were great. The other 2 were just filler.
Yeah.
Sanity need to go for the tag team titles, and Eric Young needs to go for the world title. They can't keep doing this 4-man or 4-person on 4-person game.
Yeah, for long.
They need the stable to go on the Evolution route.
Yeah. What's your view on Aleister Black? Nothing much?
I'm not really a fan.
Fair enough.
He faced Andre Cien Almas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cien, I think, is better as a heel. Definitely. Aleister Black, I thought was... I knew him before he was Aleister Black. I knew him as Tommy End. or as the independent scene knows him as, Tommy fucking End.
Tommy
Fucking End. I know, WWE, you don't like it, but you're going to have to deal with it because eventually it's going to be Alistair fucking Black. Right.
Sooner or later.
It's going to.
One way or another.
Be careful. We only have so many times we can be sued. But anyway, the point being is, I thought it was an interesting way to debut. I just think certain things happen a little bit awry. But, give it time, I think the gimmick could actually do something interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Could he potentially be a new Wyatt family member? Or something to rival the Wyatts?
I think they'll rival the Wyatts.
Which will be interesting. Very interesting. Now, main events of the NXT, what did you think?
Decent. It did what it needed to do.
And I liked how they told the story.
I don't like how all the belts look like the old world title design.
I get what you mean with the whole X thing. It feels like it takes away the uniqueness.
Yeah. So all the belts now look the same, no matter if you're male or female.
Now the problem with that is there's a rumour going on the reason why they changed it. The rumour is because of it being involved in a certain video. One of the belts will be involved in a certain video.
Yeah, with Paige.
Yeah. Because of that might be the reason why they've done the change. Or because it's WrestleMania season. Who knows? But the point being is, they might just want to do the change for that, make it more special, or because they didn't want to have it anything to do with what had previously happened. Pretty much. In case you wonder what you did, I am not stating what my colleague just did. You have to be 18 and above.
Parental guidance is advised and strongly recommended.
Especially around Nathan Goff.
So, let's move on to WrestleMania. So, they had the Gronk.
Yeah.
Who hit the worst 3-point stance I have ever seen.
And supposedly in trouble.
Why?
By his own team.
Why?
He didn't have a permission to be on there. Supposedly.
Tough shit. Did he injure himself? No.
Nope.
What's the problem?
Did he do the worst 3-point stance?
Yes. Does he belong on the gridiron?
No.
Is he getting dropped this weekend?
Most likely.
Like, in all fairness, I haven't seen a 3-point stance that bad since you tried to go into the hacker.
I have no idea what you're on about. I have no idea what you're on about. Hacker? Me? Nah. Don't do that. Never. I have respect.
I don't understand why the Intercontinental title match was on the pre-show. That annoyed me a little bit.
Would you like me to explain that one to you? Because originally it wasn't the Intercontinental title. Originally it was the SmackDown Women's title.
Yeah.
That was on the pre-show. But because fans complained so much that they didn't want that on there, they wanted that on the main show, they bumped the women off and something had to fill it. That's the reason why. So basically, because people complain about the women being on the SmackDown Women's title being on the pre-show, that's why you had the Intercontinental title on there.
The second most important belt in terms of lineage was just the pre-show match.
Yeah.
In all fairness, if I was Austin Aries and Neville, I'd be disappointed.
I'd be very disappointed.
They had one of the better matches on the card.
They had an absolutely fantastic match. I was expecting to go the other way. However, I'm not disappointed that Neville won. I'm not disappointed.
Austin Aries' eye still looks bad.
It does. It does. It does look like it's. It could go a few rounds of more checks.
Yeah. So carrying on, I was disappointed the Intercontinental title belt was on the pre-show.
Yep.
I thought that would have been a nice little opening.
Yeah. That would have been a nice opening, but instead they ended up opening with another match,
which was the best match of the night.
And in some people's eyes, I thought it was a great match. However, I thought one or two landings could have been better. Could have been much better, but For somebody who hasn't trained in wrestling, give him his due. Give him his due.
I just generally thought that the match was really good. Like, to catch the phenomenal forearm into the triangle choke.
I saw that.
That's a nice little transition.
And the fact that he actually attempted a shooting star press.
He got the rotation.
Shane McMahon attempted a shooting star press.
No, I've got a problem with this, and it isn't the fact that he attempted the shooting star press. It was the fact in the warm-up package they showed you some of the moves that.
Right, I'll explain this quickly. If you're watching it beforehand, you didn't see it, but then you were watching it, weren't you? And then it was like Bill, and then you seen it's like the second you saw him go up the top rope, you knew what he was going for.
No, so if you watch the warm-up package before the match,
yeah.
So the warm-up, like the
build-up,
the build-up package,
yeah.
It shows you him doing a shooting star press like from back in 2001 or 2 against Kurt Angle.
Oh, King of the Ring. Yes.
So that basically foreshadowed what you were going to see in this match.
Exactly.
Otherwise, there's no reason to put the shooting star press in the highlight package because you know he's going to try to do the elbow through the table.
Yeah, because he's already done it.
You know he's going to do the coast to coast. You know them two are happening at some point in the match anyway. So you can show them as many times as you want on your build-up package.
Yep.
But the shooting star press, you like that? You're like, why is that in there? Oh.
That's why. However, give him his due. He got the rotation. He didn't block it. In case anybody wants to know what that means.
Go back and watch WrestleMania 19.
Ooh, scary that was.
But Finger was decent. The one-arm Styles clash.
Oh, that was nasty.
I thought that was a decent move.
I thought I finished it.
But no, it was a really, really solid match. And AJ Styles is supporting a right shine from it.
Oh, definitely.
I'll let you tell people why the Raw Women's title match was stupid. Because it was stupid. And
very much.
I'm leaving my comments at that.
That's fine. It was a fatal four-way. You've got...
Actually, I will add this before I let you talk about it. It wasn't a fatal four-way.
You don't think so?
You can't call it a fatal four-way. What happens in a fatal four-way?
Oh, wait. One pinfall and it's over.
Precisely.
Exactly. So, what happened to the being a fatal four-way? Out of the window. They decided to make it a four-way dance, elimination style, where you've got Charlotte, Sasha, Nia Jax, and the champ, Bayley. Now, I will say, I understand why they've done it, because they've done this to protect Nia Jax. Right? They wanted to protect Nia Jax. Because out of the four of them, she was the biggest threat out of all four of them. She was in the build-up thrown around like rag dolls and everything. What did they do? They ganged up on her to eliminate her. Yeah, great. She's not like most girls, but we'll just fob her off. She's the biggest one out of the lot of them, and they have her eliminated first. Albeit, it took three of them to do it, but it just didn't seem right. Then to top it off, you continue on. Eliminate, you get the next elimination, and Bayley. We all know what her finisher is. Her finisher is the Bayley to Bally, aka a Bally to Bally suplex. She gets it over. Fine. We know that's a finisher. So why did she finish? How did she finish the match? Let me think. Oh, that's right. She didn't do Bayley to Bally to win the match. she did a top rope elbow drop. Macho Man style. Yes, she was wearing gear that was, Macho Man-esque. But the problem with that is, she didn't do the whole stand-up, point up to the ceiling. If you're going to do it properly, do it properly. But it just didn't seem right in my eyes, because, okay, yes, you could say the elbow drop is a match finisher. Bayley doesn't normally finish matches on top rope. She wants to do something special for it to be WrestleMania, because this is her first ever WrestleMania. Now, let me point this out. How many people can say in their debut WrestleMania they are walking in a champion? Not many. And then walk out the champion. Stuff of dreams. That is, straight away. Stuff of dreams. Did AJ Styles when his debut WrestleMania match? Nope. Ask Chris Jericho about that one. Nope, didn't happen. But the point being is, it didn't feel as finito, as done. And yes, I understand Charlotte, and the one thing that didn't happen, Sasha didn't turn. They built up Sasha to this moment. Why didn't they finish the damn match with Sasha and Charlotte doing the whole turn? Nope, didn't happen.
You still moaning about the women's match?
Pretty much. Pretty much. I was basically mentioning... Right. Answer me that. Bayley's finisher.
The elbow drop.
What is Bayley's finisher? Normal finisher.
The Bayley to Bali.
Bayley to Bali. What did she end the match with?
Tribute to Randy Savage.
Tribute to Randy Savage. Did that feel like a tribute to Randy Savage? Did you know it was a tribute?
Yes.
Why?
Because she had the
wrestling gear?
The gear, the fact that she's mentioned in the build-up that she was...
Yeah.
So, as WWE played the long game.
Yes.
Which doesn't happen often.
It doesn't, but then they've also shortcome one of the main goals that they had, which was Sasha.
No, they haven't, because rumours that Sasha's supposed to be going to SmackDown.
Right.
Because SmackDown's lacking a... Because on Raw, you're not lacking female faces.
No.
Where SmackDown's only really got one.
Two.
I don't class Naomi as a leading face.
But she's the champ. And they got Nikki.
So was David Arquette.
Oh, good lord.
And Nikki's semi-retired.
Good lord. You had to mention David Arquette. Didn't happen. Moving on. What did you think of the whole idea of Nia Jax being eliminated first?
Don't know why they spent that much time building her up. They could have just had the triple threat.
Yep.
And give the triple threat 15 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, took 3 of them to pin her, but all that build. She's not like most girls. No, she just gets pinned by three of her opponents at the same time when it's for the title. But hey, moving on, shall we quickly?
That could have been an interesting concept. 3 women's champions on one show.
Potentially.
That would have been an interesting concept to try and run forward for a month.
That would be, but if WWE do that, please send the check to The Burning Truth. If you want to send it electronically, send it to theburningtruth@outlook.com.
Yes. So, move on to probably the return of the night, which was the Hardys.
Oh man, that was amazing. At first I thought to myself, are they teasing the Hardys or are they teasing themselves? And it was quite a bit of a funny moment because you saw Big Cass over the go, oh shit!
No, I enjoyed the return. I just wish it was with the broken gimmick.
Yeah.
Because yes, the stadium went nuts, but imagine how much more nuts it would have gone if the lights had all gone out on the stadium and you would have heard Matt Hardy and his broken brilliance voice gone, Big man, I knew you'd come.
WWE, you knew he'd come. Don't. Didn't. And it's understandable because they're doing the whole suing thing with Big Bird, Anthem Wrestling or Impact Wrestling, whatever you want to call them. Who's supposed to saying, "Oh, Hardy signed up. Did they do the broken gimmick? Yeah. Can we have some of the revenue? Can we have some of this? Can we have some of that? Fuck off." You've even got the Big Bird even trying, and if I'm not mistaken, a certain website was mocking him, stating that they were knocking, that he was knocking on their wrestling fans' doors, saying, "Did you show delete? Please pay us money." Calling them money grabbers, but that's not our view. Just to point out.
No, so I thought the Fatal 4-Way match, again, decent match, some decent spots. Would have been nice if it had 5 more minutes.
Yeah, too short. However, I had to laugh my ass off at one moment on that match.
Can I have a guess? Because it might have been the same thing that I laughed my ass off.
Go on.
Jeff Hardy climbing up the ladder, and you got Matt patrolling the ladder with holding another ladder, and yet Cole Anderson with this ladder. You've seen him come in, and yet you're still walking around like you haven't seen
him. That's one of them. The other one was when Matt Hardy hit Cole Anderson with the Twist of Fate. And then you just see Jeff Hardy come in with the ladder outside the ring. Just push. It's just how I've seen ladders get carried and put up and everything. It's just how he did it. It's like, I'll just put this here.
The most brutal spot I saw was the Swanton.
Oh,
because Sheamus took a kick right to the sternum.
And Cesaro must have been feeling some pain from taking the full force of the full weight. Because 1 minute worse is...
in all fairness, I'd rather take the full force
if I'm honest with you, I would have rather have been Cesaro myself, because at least with Cesaro, his fall was broken. Because it caves in and cushioned him. With Sheamus, oh no. He bounced. Fuck! It's not, I am the table. It's now officially, I am the ladder.
Yeah, but no. So that was it was decent spots. Could have done with some more decent spots. In all fairness, I wish that was the Dudleys' last match. I wish they'd have put the Dudleys' retirement off until Mania.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but they haven't. But
Goldberg Lesnar was good for what it was.
Yes. More entertaining than the WrestleMania 20 one that they did. WrestleMania 20.
Have you watched Raw Talk yet?
Yes.
Well, Goldberg makes reference to that.
It had me in stitches. And he also made reference to his son keeping his shirt on.
He made reference to his son taking one more bump than he has in his whole career. Up until last night.
I noticed, which had me in stitches. What a way to go. I can also say, Goldberg did the right thing.
Yeah.
He did.
And he hasn't said never to return.
Exactly. And it's brilliant. And here's the thing. When he did all that stuff to Lesnar, and Lesnar's kicking out, do you know I thought was impressive?
Oh.
Starting the match. German! And while Brock's posing thinking, he's goes from out of nowhere, I was like, Jesus Christ! But this is what you would expect. When I first heard on WrestleMania 20, Goldberg versus Lesnar, did you expect a technical match?
No.
Or did you expect a car wreck?
Well, you just expected like a power display.
You expected a car wreck as in power display as in, but bumping bodies, crashing and everything, big power moves and everything. Exactly like what this year's WrestleMania was. If they did that at WrestleMania 20, I would have been happy.
Yeah. What else? Actually, I don't want to really talk about the whole match because I feel like you can go back and watch the 7 hours. I suppose the last thing we need to talk about is The Undertaker.
I was about to bring that up. But before that, women's SmackDown title, predictable.
Yeah.
Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt.
Meh.
Orton,
I was speaking to one of my colleagues at where I work, and he said, yes, it was really good what they did, giving Undertaker the main event spot for his last match.
Agreed.
That was really decent of them. But there's just crickets and lighting the crowd for the match. The crowd just weren't into the match, and I don't know if it's because like it was 6 hours into a 7-hour show.
Are you on about the main event now?
I'm on about Orton versus
Wyatt. As you mentioned, crickets. They actually had them a period, didn't they?
Yeah.
I can understand that they try and make Wyatt a new power,
new face of darkness,
or whatever they want. It just didn't do him any favours, and then having him lose to Orton after revealing his big power, it was like, what?
I wouldn't call it his big power.
Well, a big power, not
I wouldn't even call it a big power. It's like a little power.
Okay. Revealing his new stick.
Look, can you call it a stick or just a WrestleMania moment?
I wouldn't call that a WrestleMania moment.
Well, you can.
No. We're not calling that a WrestleMania moment. Just having crickets supposedly appear and worms appear ain't a WrestleMania moment. If you want to go far as that's like saying the Boogeyman is a WrestleMania moment.
Eugene's got a WrestleMania moment.
That's Eugene. Moving on.
The main event, Undertaker. The match itself was a car crash.
Yeah. It wasn't going to be easy to do that match.
I still think Undertaker versus Cena would have been a better match.
It would have been. But Cena wanted to do one for his missus. He was looking forward to doing one for his missus. Which I'm quite surprised we didn't bring that up, actually.
Do you want to speak about someone getting proposed on a...
I'll just shorten it and sweeten it quickly for the whole Cena match. I thought the idea of the tag match was going to be quite interesting. When the actual match came,
Well, of course, Maurice doesn't want to be in a ring.
Maurice doesn't want to be in a ring, and you get Nikki doing suicide dive. A woman who's got a bad neck, possibly career-ending bad neck, doing tope suicidas. Yeah, that's clever. I might need neck surgery, so I'll just tope suicida through the ropes. That's not going to do any damage. I wonder who she could ask about that. Possibly who's possibly married to her sister. Oh wait, Daniel Bryan.
American Dragon.
Enough said. Anyway,
the Undertaker match. So the match itself was a car crash.
One question before I do apologise for interrupting again. The whole proposal, thought that was cheap marketing just for total ballers. I don't even think that's a real relationship, personally.
It is a real relationship.
Unfortunately, it is a real one, but it doesn't come
across. I won 50 quid on it.
What?
I won 50 quid
on Cena proposing.
Yeah.
Good lord.
I had a fiver.
They're placing bets on Cena proposing.
I had a fiver at 10 to 1.
God damn it! Really? No! Right. I'm sorry, but it felt more. When Miz talked Cena about it on SmackDown this week, I can understand why the crowd are with him. Nikki, I love you. This is probably the most humane thing I have done on TV. He's right.
Maurice does a brilliant Nikki Bella impression.
Oh, she does. She does actually. It's quite interesting that. Better blonde or brunette?
Still better blonde.
Better blonde, yeah, definitely. Anyway, back onto the real subject, the main event: Undertaker versus Roman Reigns.
Just anyone but Roman.
Anyone but you, Roman. Anyone.
There's heat, and then there's heat that Roman Reigns is now going to get.
X-Pac is even feeling sorry for the bans he's getting off the crowd. X-fucking-Pac.
You should tell you how people feel when Vince McMahon returns to Raw, people sing his song, and then once the song's finished playing, you hear Roman sucks.
Roman sucks. Roman sucks. Roman sucks.
Fuck you, Roman.
Fuck you, Roman. Then Roman comes down to the ring. Go away. Go away.
Don't deserve to be near the ring.
Right. It makes it so shocking when you actually watch the highlight clip of that. It's 3 minutes long. Do you know how long him standing in the ring and saying a few words was? 15 minutes. He stood in the ring, smirked as the crowd's giving him hate. Yes, I understand. Love him or hate him, you are getting a reaction. Agreed. And then
You don't want that reaction.
Right. They made me laugh. Someone did an interview with Triple H recently. Right? After WrestleMania. After Raw. They asked, when are WWE going to turn Roman Reigns heel? Triple H retort, didn't you watch Raw? Didn't you see the fans booing? I thought he was already heel. And that's from Triple H! Christ! Roman then just goes to speak, boo! For somebody who they're trying to make it into the biggest superstar, you've managed to get the crowd to hate him the most. Guaranteed. Second you turn him heel, the crowd's going to cheer. So basically, you just made Roman Reigns completely useless.
Yeah.
Because last time I checked, when you're a wrestler, if you're a good guy, what do you get?
Cheered.
You have to try to get cheered. When you're a bad guy, what do you meant to get?
Booed.
How's Roman got it the other way round?
Well, he's got John Cena syndrome, but on a worse level.
No shit!
Right. That's enough of the WWE WrestleMania reviews. Obviously, we haven't got enough time to properly discuss The Undertaker. All I can say, because I can't do the send-off justice in words, is that is the least the man deserved. And I don't mean that disrespectful. I mean that properly. The man got a send-off in a Undertaker fashion.
Yeah. The Undertaker deserves a good sending off and everything.
And that was kept in full gimmick, just apart from the bit where he
acknowledged his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was touching. It was touching because as a lot of people are saying, hang on, Taker just broke character. When does Taker ever break character?
And in all fairness, I'm glad they didn't make him walk all the way back up that 80-yard ramp.
Oh, good Lord.
Because that could have took an extra 10 minutes.
Could have, but didn't. But here's the thing. It was special because, to make it even weirder, once the arena cleared, his gear was still there.
Yeah.
They left it in there until the very last minute, which is a nice homage to him. The man deserves so much respect because a lot of people don't realise how much he's done for the business, how many people he's had to deal with to make them do business. We've already brought this one up, haven't we? The whole Shawn Michaels with Austin. Taker was the one who basically threatened Michaels.
Shawn would have done business because he knew he was going out.
But Taker still giving the message though. You don't do, because at the time Michaels wasn't known for doing business, was he? Because remember, the previous year, he lost his smile. But even so, I have nothing but the utmost respect for Undertaker. The man deserves any accolade, any reward. Personally, I think if they don't put him in next year's Hall of Fame...
I don't think the Hall of Fame suits The Undertaker.
It may not suit him. I think he deserves it, though. Come on.
I know, but as a man that...
I agree with you that...
keeps his gimmick intact.
Yeah.
That gimmick is the one gimmick that can't go in the Hall of Fame. If they want him to go in the Hall of Fame, his last match should have been as the American Badass.
I agree with you, yes. But... no, he needs to go in the Hall of Fame, regardless. Regardless. So what do you want? So when do you want him to go into the Hall of Fame? Never?
All I'm saying is that gimmick has surpassed the Hall of Fame.
I know what you're saying. But WWE will want him in the Hall of Fame.
I know, but I'm just saying the gimmick has surpassed.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He's more than just a Hall of Famer. He's more than just a hero and everything. Basically, he is the Phenom.
Yeah.
He is the Phenom. He will be forever remembered, forever known. And if somebody, he's one of the names that should be on the Mount Rushmore of the WWE. Would you agree? No? You don't agree?
No.
Why?
The Mount Rushmore belongs to the people that have carried the company on the shoulders. So, by carry the company, I mean that they have been the number one merchandise seller, which The Undertaker hasn't been on a consistent basis.
He has been.
No.
But here's the thing. How long has he been doing it for?
But he's never been the number one. So, you go to the 80s, who was the number one merch seller?
I understand what you're saying.
Hulk Hogan.
I understand what you're saying.
You go into
You're saying to me that Undertaker shouldn't be considered in the top leagues as the Hogans, the Warriors, and everything.
You said the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
now,
it should be.
There's only 4 faces on Rushmore.
Yeah.
So you have to have your top 4 that have modernised or revolutionised for their generations.
And you're saying Taker hasn't?
He hasn't had that overall effect where you look at what his contribution has done. His contribution has not levelled to the same level that Hulk Hogan's has.
I'm sorry.
His contribution has been brilliant, but it's not on the level of a Hulk Hogan, a John Cena, Steve Austin, or The Rock.
Sorry, I have to pass on that one. I have to pass on that.
If you look at who's carried a generation, them 4 people have carried their generation of wrestling.
But answer me this: would Austin?
Shawn Michaels does not belong on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling, even though he is the greatest in-ring performer. There is a level just underneath the Mount Rushmore, which him, Taker, and Flair are on.
So, without Taker, would Austin be as known?
Yes.
Without The Rock?
Yes.
You think so?
Austin's biggest feud was with a non-wrestler.
Yes, it was McMahon.
The Rock's biggest feud was with Austin.
Not always.
Its biggest. So, the one that drew the most money, it wasn't The Rock and The Undertaker, it was The Rock versus Austin. Austin's biggest feud that drew the most money was Austin McMahon. Hulk Hogan's was Andre the Giant and Hogan. Or you can look at potentially the Ultimate Warrior or Randy Savage along them lines. He had more than one. But Cena's biggest feud, Randy Orton or Edge. Even though he's had some good ones.
I would say Kurt Angle as well.
Not his biggest one.
Not his biggest one, but his earliest one.
But Edge, him and Edge.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas they are the people that have carried it. So you're missing like a whole next level that Undertaker's on. He belongs with the Andre the Giants, the Shawn Michaels, the Triple H's.
I just think for the fact
he isn't the Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore is the person that has been at the top of the chain.
Okay, you can say that, but how many out of them lot have stayed in the industry as long as Taker and stayed at the top level, top
Ric
tier,
Flair,
other than Ric Flair?
Hulk Hogan,
No, sorry,
Shawn
he went away.
Michaels.
Michaels retired by The Undertaker, if I'm not mistaken. So Taker ended his
Shawn
career.
Michaels had 2 careers.
Yes, he did.
Undertaker nearly ended Shawn Michaels' career prematurely due to the back body drop on the casket.
Which actually shouldn't have been there if you actually watched the thingy. It should have been elevated at the other side of the ring.
But no, so Undertaker's not on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
That's your opinion. To
His
me,
legacy is on par with Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair's, Andre the Giant.
I think he should
but
be on there.
He is not the Mount Rushmore of
I
wrestling.
think he should be on there, personally. That's my personal feeling. I think Undertaker should be on there for the fact that he's done over 2 decades of wrestling, done absolutely fantastic. He had a WrestleMania streak. He had massive feuds against...
On that basis, Jerry Lawler belongs on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
No, technically no, because...
Why not? 130 world championships.
Not registered by the WWE, which all Undertaker's accolades were registered by the WWE.
So you're saying that the WWE is the be-all and
I'm
end-all?
not saying the be-all end-all. I'm not saying that, far from it.
So if you're going on longevity...
It's not just that. He's done more for the business, not just on the main scene. He's also done more for the business behind the scenes. I just think he needs to have
behind the scenes.
He's always had the boys' back. He's always made sure that people are doing the respect to the rounds and everything. But here's the thing:
where's the publicity tours?
How can he do the publicity tours when he's keeping his gimmick?
But
I understand what you're saying about the publicity tours, but he has been doing them recently. Now answer me this: what happens if after right now, with them being done, he opens up to do more publicity? I understand what you're saying, but he's having to live...
You're basing his career off what he's done just in the ring and behind the curtain. Whereas you look at what I've classed as the Mount Rushmore, Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, John Cena, they've transcended a generation into a worldwide effect. So people know what these people do, whereas if you aren't a hardcore wrestling fan, yes, you may know The Undertaker, but you know who John Cena is. You know who Hulk Hogan is, you know The Rock, and you know Steve Austin. Because they've transcended your generations.
I just think the fact is that Taker has done so much for the wrestling business. On a level, the fact that he's actually put aside his own family, his own everything, to actually put towards the business. And you don't think he deserves to be at a higher plateau than... So you think he should just be just below the Mount Rushmore for over 20 years of being in the business?
Yes.
Don't agree with you on that one.
He is on the same level as Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Jerry Lawler, which is just below the Mount Rushmore. He has not transcended a generation.
I don't agree with you on that one. But that's our views entirely separately. And I think the fact that you're saying he hasn't transgendered
transgendered?
Not transgendered. He hasn't ascended a generation. Last time I checked, he's been in how many generations? How many wrestlers can say, other than Ric Flair, that they've gone through more than one generation?
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Jerry Lawler. Hulk Hogan.
No, but here's the thing. Taker's done 3 generations. If not more.
What are you classing as 3 generations? Because 3 generations, bearing in mind, if you're looking at generations, so your generation would be you, your second generation would be your parents, your third generation would be your grandparents. So that gives about 40, 50 years, which would mean that he's been wrestling since 2 years old.
Taker has actually
He's generated 2 decades, not 2 generations. It's a career span of 2 decades.
Fair enough, 2 decades.
Well, 3 decades, because he's gone into 3 different decades.
Yeah, he has, which continuously.
But so's Triple H. Does Triple H belong on the Mount Rushmore wrestling? On your
by my standards for Triple H for what he's done for the business at the moment, not yet.
Not yet, even though this man has now built up NXT into a solid third brand. So this is the man that has gone out and took a joke of a territory and moulded it into a serious thing that you've got today. A man that's got 13 world titles. He was in D-Generation X, Evolution, done mountless of things, and yet you're saying that he has not done more for the business and belongs on that higher pedestal than what The Undertaker's done.
If I'm honest with you,
with a career span that goes over 2 decades.
Don't think he will hit that, Triple H, personally. I actually think he'll go higher than Mount Rushmore.
But you're saying at the moment he isn't. Even though his career span's
no,
probably
I actually think he should be higher. No, I think Triple H should be higher.
But you don't get higher than Mount Rushmore.
I know, well, there's time.
But you're saying he isn't on that same level as The Undertaker?
No, I do think he is.
But you've just said he isn't.
I do think he is, but I think he deserves a bit more credit than what's credit due, because the fact is he has actually done quite a bit for the young talents and everything. Now, here's the thing: a lot of people actually disrespect Triple H for supposedly dating the daughter and everything. And if I'm honest with you, I actually feel sorry for Triple H in one case, because a lot of people don't realise, okay, yes, he was dating the boss's daughter, he did get more titles from it, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't Triple H have to step up his game? Did he step up his game? Did he become the game?
And you can argue that he helped John Cena carry WWE through the mid-noughties.
No, I agree. I wasn't saying Cena wasn't on there, but here's the thing: we all got
if you expand your Mount Rushmore, you can have as many people as you want on that level.
Saying.
But
there's plenty, but you can't.
You have to cap it off at 4. And it's no shame being underneath that top 4, because there's going to be some great superstars that miss out.
I just feel, but that's your personal preference on the Mount Rushmore. My personal preference, I do think he does belong on there. I do. It's just
I just think when you look at Mount Rushmore, when you look at who are the 4 greatest people to ever go into a ring,
I know what you're saying, but
you have to
take into account Do take into account when we both started watching wrestling, we both started at different years. Now, when I was watching it, when I first started, it was during the Hogan years, the Taker years, and everything. So it's going to be different. Everyone's going to be, everyone's going to have a different Mount Rushmore. You've got yours, I've got mine, and I do think personally, for how long Taker has actually been in the business and how much he has actually done, as much as you can say what he's done outside the ring and everything, a lot of people don't take into account how much effort it is to do the stuff that you're doing in the ring, because it's not ballet. It's how many days is it that they're wrestling? 300 days plus, where they're having to miss they're missing family gatherings, missing children's first walks, baby steps, first words, and everything. Wrestling isn't ballet. It's nothing short or anything. And the fact that Taker's done more than 2 decades of it, and put aside now here's the thing: he's now married and everything. Hopefully he might be starting his own family and everything. And ultimate respect and nothing but the best to him. I think for the fact that what he's done for the wrestling business. Now tell me that a single wrestler does not see Undertaker in the plateau of, oh, he's just some wrestler. No, they'll see him as potentially as a wrestler who got them interested in the business. Potentially.
He'll go down as a legend.
But this is my personal view, and you got your own. You may not think he's worthy of it. I do, and that's my side. I do think Taker should be on there for how. The fact is, he didn't just think of himself and keep that top spot for himself. He actually did what's best for business and help put the next stars over. Because without Taker putting the next stars over, who else is there to put over the stars? They'd have to get somebody else to do it. Taker didn't have to do it, but he did. that's my personal. That's just my personal. What I think. If anybody wants to agree or agree with me or disagree with me, leave comments on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page, on the Speaker page. They want to hear your theory. What level do you think Taker should be at? Should he be at the plateau of just below the Mount Rushmore, at the Mount Rushmore, or in some cases beyond?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting argument.
It is, and it's one that's always going to be different from each other, and it's one straight away, as you've probably noticed, it's varied in each other's views.
Yeah.
I just think for Taker, for me, Taker has always been a bit of an inspiration to myself. He has, because he's over 6 foot, and the man doesn't move like a 6 foot.
Oh no,
Does he?
He's arguably the greatest big man to ever step foot in a ring.
Exactly. And it's a lot of people don't realise as well, before he was in WWE, that he was wrestling elsewhere.
Yeah, he was in WCW.
Yes, a lot of people don't realise that he wrestled in WCW with me and Mark Calloway, and everything. But always the Punisher as well, and everything. But I think for the fact of what he's done for the wrestling business is astronomical. And that's just my.
Oh no, I understand your views.
No, exactly, and I'm not disrespecting your views and saying that he should. You may not think he should. He shouldn't be. That's your view. It's just there is a bit of a difference gap from when we started. You started roughly when watching wrestling?
We're looking about 24 years ago. 22
Are we
years ago.
talking Attitude Era?
No,
or just before?
Just before.
You're in the new generation.
So the 94, 95.
Razor Ramon, Diesel.
Yeah, but I went back and watched the old stuff.
Which you always have to. Always have to. Absolutely great. But personally, anyway, with me being, I was actually from the ages of the Bret Harts, the Hogans, and everything. I was before the new generation. I was like the Sergeant Slaughters, the Ultimate Warriors, Jake the Snakes, and everything. Big Boss Man, the Mountie. Everyone's got their own views. Everyone's got their own views. Interesting. I'll tell you what. If you don't want to do the whole of where the Undertaker is, tell us what your Mount Rushmore is. I don't mean that to yourself.
I think you'll find it very you'll get a common consensus of 3.
Yeah.
And it's the 4th one that's up for debate. Because your common consensus will be, and for some reason it is Rock, Austin, and Hogan.
Rock, Austin, Hogan.
As your common 3 consensus.
Agreed. But for some unknown reason, I don't know why for me personally, as much as you can say, you could add the Rock in, but he's the same generation as Austin. Now you could say Rock should be on there because he's transcended into the movie business and everything. I agree. But as much as you can say, we can cap it off. We've got to cap it off at 4. There's many people who have done their business. You've got your Ric Flairs, you've got your Hogans, you've got your Rocks, you've got your Austin, you've got your Takers.
Yeah.
And you've even got the jobbers of the stars and everything who basically went through hell to put literally to put the next 2 superstars over.
Yeah.
Case in number, Barry Horowitz, Brooklyn Brawler. The irony of it says being the Brooklyn Brawler. Do you know who Brooklyn Brawler's main first man was against?
No.
Triple H. Every other match, he took a loss.
But no, well, after that argument, that probably takes us towards where we can towards the UK wrestling. So you can talk about King of the Kingdom.
Yes.
Because we have the final 5 people before we go to which year's next weekend.
That we do. Which is going to be interesting. Now, we're going to have to mention the next Fave 5.
Well, first of all, you need to mention that the card is subject to change. and wrestlers will come in and out.
Potentially. Basically, what we're saying is all previous ones that we've been mentioned and all ones that are going to be mentioned are subject to change. So just in case, because what can actually happen is we've been told one thing and all of a sudden something happens on the night and they end up having to find a replacement. So all cards are subject to change. So with that in mind, the first one I will get out the way fairly quickly. He's not normally a wrestler. We have actually seen him. You actually laughed at some of the comments he made. He is actually a manager.
Yeah.
He is Gareth D. Holloway. 5'11", 20 stone. He's from Telford, Shropshire. He supposedly said he's done some training with Tommy Gunn, Joey Sanchez, Edwards, and Joey Osborne. So most likely some of the training was from the academy, and he's actually worked at the academy as we've actually seen ourselves.
Yeah.
I can't see him doing much in this on the show. I can't see him doing any eliminations. Can you?
No, he might be one of the first ones out.
Potentially. However, he does actually have a client in there with him. Eventually, if he stays in long enough, he'll get his client in there with him, which is Big Rich, who stands at 6'2", 23 stone, from Spain, trained by Kevin O'Neill and the Academy.
Okay.
And he's worked at the AWW. I will say, not a small man.
No.
And he's most likely going to be able to hit pretty damn hard.
For people that want £9, it's £322.
He's going to be quite a bit of a favourite to win this one, because it's not going to be a one-man job to get him over.
No, as long as he has a low centre of gravity, he'll be all right.
Potentially. The next one is a bit of a mischievous one. He's supposedly from Middlesbrough, but I'd say he's more likely from his own, from the deep dark sanctities of his own mind. He goes under the name of Killjoy. He is 5'11", 11.5 stone. He's actually from Middlesbrough and done some training in that area, and he's worked for EPW. He looks twisted, very twisted. He seems like he's been going down the comic books and been reading into the Hall of Villainy for Batman.
Right, okay.
And we all know which villain Batman is mostly associated with.
Yeah. Pretty
much. He's got that sort of look to him. But I will say this: don't leave. Keep your kids close by, folks. This one isn't for the families, potentially. Right, the next one you've seen this guy, Stephen Keane, from the Academy. He wrestles at AWW. He is 15 stone, 5'10". I do apologise for mispronunciation. He's town, which is Beverly Hill, and he is the leader of a certain group in the Academy.
The Purge.
Correct. He's actually the leader. If I'm not mistaken, you actually thought he was American, didn't you?
Yeah. He has the twang.
He does have the twang. But what did you think of him?
He's decent. He's not the best natural athlete in the Purge. That would go to
Joe Black.
Yeah. So, but no, he's decent. Decent on the microphone. Probably not going to be the favourite in this.
He's not going to be the favourite, but I will say with the Purge, he is a good general of it. He knows how to keep a...
He's a good organiser of men.
He is. Great mind, and it doesn't say much. If you can lead a group of people to war, it says leaps and bounds for you on the mental side. So he's already got the mental side of it. Would you agree on that one? And the next one we've got is Mickey Rowley. We saw him against the Purge.
Yeah.
He is 5'10", 13.5 stone, from the same town as Stephen Keane. Trained by Kevin O'Neill, Johnny Storm, Johnny Kidd, Johnny Saint, Danny Boy Collins, and James Mason. Christ Almighty! He's almost got the British League Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Training there. That's a good breed. That is, and he's actually wrestled for AWW, the Academy, and wrestling in Telford.
Yeah.
Fantastic worker. Got a lot of heart, a lot of energy. Plenty of impact he's got. But we'll have to see what he pulls out for the Rumble. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, so that's decent.
That's decent. So that's the year 20 that we've been officially given. That we can officially name.
Yeah. So this will take place at the American Wrestling Show next week.
That's it. Correct.
Which is at Whitchurch. You've got. Has it been confirmed that we've got a guest there?
A guest, not 100% confirmed yet, but if it is like it's going to be officially announced and we get the all clear, we will post that up on the social media.
I'm wondering if they confirmed any guests or not.
I believe there was a talk of possibly some WWE stars possibly being there.
I know I'm on about like guest enforcers. Yeah, like if there's any World of Sport legends that we're going to be making an appearance.
There possibly not there. That I think that's at the Academy, which is the week after. They've got that at the Academy, which is the week after. So we've got plenty to talk about, and here's the thing. Just as a note up as well, seeing as this show is next week, we will not be on the airwaves.
No, we won't.
Unfortunately.
And we won't be on the airwaves the week after either.
We've got a busy week. We've got a busy 2 weeks. However, we're going to see if we can try and get a pre-recorded episode out, or if necessary, either late recorded out, if we can.
Yeah, but we'll keep you up to date with that, folks.
We will keep you up to date.
We're going to end that there because obviously we haven't got time to go on all night.
We haven't.
So send us your views in about your Mount Rushmores. Send us your views in about the Superstar Shake-Up. Who do you want to go to which brand?
Who do you want going where?
And we'll keep you updated on how British wrestling goes next week.
And we will. The one topic I will just state quickly, just for that we did actually post, which is Simon Gotch was released from the WWE.
Yeah.
It was actually between amicable, well, basically
mutual. Yeah.
Mutually agreed upon on both sides. So this isn't like a bit of a fine. This is more both sides have agreed. So there is a possible chance of him coming back, but
he's a second generation superstar, which most people don't realise.
They don't realise. They don't know, which is interesting. So here's the thing: could he potentially go onto the independent scene and make a bigger name for himself and come back stronger than ever?
He'll go to the Bird.
Potentially could go to the Bird, or he could go to the Ring of Honor.
The honourable ring.
The honourable ring, as Matt Hardy would normally say. But anyway, that aside, we haven't got all day to mention all the news. It seems like we need to do a two-parter for this one.
But other than that, though, folks, enjoy.
Enjoy. So, is there any cheap plugs you want to get out quickly?
It's just the usual cheap plugs that we throw out each week. So, look at ourselves. You can look up for Changes. If you get a chance to look at
we do recommend them.
Team 4-Star. Look at
Botchamania.
Your Botchamania. And just be good.
Be good. Stay well. Stay safe. And we will hopefully catch you sometime this month. But hopefully we will catch you soon enough.
Yeah.
And possibly get some pre-recorded done. So stay well. Stay safe. And catch you soon.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.